I would love to watch 30 minutes, but the show must go on.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another SpongeBob Conspiracy
Hello,
theory.
Forsen.
Everything
You
you know
said
about
no
the
more
show
links.
SpongeBob SquarePants
So I am
is
not
about to
adding a
change.
link.
Get ready,
Hello.
because this is my dark...
-10.
theory yet. This is the Squidward theory. And without further ado, let's begin the theory. Squidward Tentacles is one of the main characters of SpongeBob SquarePants, and he's always been a bit of a mystery. We don't know much about his past, and he's always been kind of a jerk to SpongeBob and Patrick. But there's one thing about Squidward that's always bothered me. His
Forsen,
name, Squidward
do you
Tentacles.
mind if I
Tentacles are
ask
usually
you a question?
Yes. No further questions, Your Honor.
found on octopus and squid. But Squidward is clearly not a squid, he's an octopus. So why does he have the Tentacles last name? Well, I have a theory. I think Squidward is actually related to King Neptune. Let me explain. We know that Neptune is the ruler of the seven seas and the Roman god of the ocean. But what if he's also the god of squid? It would make sense, considering he's the god of the ocean and squid are a big part of the ocean. And if that's the case, then Squidward would be related to him, which would explain his last name. But there's more. We also know that Neptune has a son named Triton, and Triton is a merman, half man, half fish. So what if Squidward is actually Triton's son? It would explain why he's half squid, half man, and it would also explain his jerk personality. Triton is actually a pretty big jerk in Greek mythology, so it would make sense for his son to be a jerk as well. Now, this is all just speculation, but I think it's a pretty interesting theory, and it would explain a lot about Squidward. But this begs an important question. What about Sandy? Do you remember the episode where Sandy gets a job at the Krusty Krab? And in that episode, Sandy is constantly getting called a dumb animal, and told that she'll never be good enough to work at the Krusty Krab. But eventually, Sandy proves her worth, and Mr. Krabs hires her. Now, I'm not saying that Sandy is a robot, but I am saying that she is an outsider who is constantly being underestimated, and who eventually proves her worth. And I think that's important, because I think it's a metaphor for what's happening with the robots. The robots are constantly being underestimated, and told that they'll never be good enough, but eventually they'll prove their worth, and take over the world. And I think the final nail in the coffin for this theory is the episode Krusty Towers. In this episode, Mr. Krabs creates a robot version of himself, and it's clear that he is terrified of the robot, and what it might do.
Mr. Squidward!
Wow.
What's with all this change?